Hi everybody, this is Oksana and this is going to be my natural deodorant video. There is a whole world of natural green deodorants out there that I delved into years and years ago when I tried to switch my deodorant to all natural, and it's been a really long journey. And I feel like I have a lot of products to tell you about, so I'm gonna just go ahead and jump right in. So first of all, why should you care about using a natural deodorant? I think that it's a very personal choice. I'm not telling you to choose either way, but for me, it was definitely a safety issue. The aluminum used in traditional deodorants / antiperspirants, because that is what makes it an antiperspirant, is it literally stops you from sweating. And it's been, talked about a lot in terms of safety, and it's been linked to things like breast cancer. So naturally, being a green, kind of healthy, organic person, when I first learned about this, it scared me a lot, and I switched my deodorant to all natural, and I've gone through a lot of different ones that I've tried, like roll-ons, and I've tried the rock salt things. And I don't have those to show you because that was a long time ago and I don't have them anymore, but I kind of have a few of the more recent ones to show you and talk about, and of course my favorites as well. So the reason the salt rock, what are those called? The crystal ones didn't stick for me is because they use mineral salts, which most of the time, almost always, are aluminum salts. And so it's still a little bit of a questionable thing for me. I know aluminum salts are not quite as bad as the aluminum used in traditional antiperspirants. However, it's still, like, if I'm just gonna avoid aluminum, I might as well just avoid all aluminum. Unless, of course, you're in the kind of situation where nothing else works, and instead of going back to, the really non-natural deodorants, you use something that has aluminum salts and is kind of a compromise for you. If you're in that sort of situation, then I can see, why you would want to do that. But for me, I'm not necessarily looking for something to stop me from sweating. I understand that natural products are not gonna stop you from sweating, and I don't want them to, because there's something about that scares me. Even if there was a supposedly all natural product that made you not sweat, it would still kind of turn me off, because it's natural for you to sweat. Your body wants to sweat, and just to block that somehow and keep all that sweat in, I don't know, I don't like the idea of that. So what I look for is something that keeps me fresh. There are deodorants that make you feel a little drier because they're absorbent and they absorb some of that moisture, and also something that just makes me not smell bad. That's what I look for in a deodorant. I initially was looking for something that smells really good and has a strong scent. However, I've come to the conclusion that a truly natural deodorant that is scented with essential oils only is not going to give you that really strong scent. So I kind of decided that I don't need that after all. I do like it when it has a nice scent, but it's not necessarily going to be a substitute for perfume. And if I do want, kind of a stronger scent, then I can use perfume for that, is what I've decided. So let's start with the Lavanilla healthy deodorant. This is vanilla blackberry. It has 100% natural ingredients. However, for the fragrance, it has a fragrance blend, which just says botanical fragrance blend. I'm not sure that it is all essential oils, but it is free of phthalates. And it is a little bit dried up, but it is obviously the around kind of deodorant. I've had this for a really long time, and I've gone through, I don't know, maybe like 3 of these. After trying, some things that didn't work for me, I eventually found this a few years ago at Sephora, and I went through a few of their different scents. I'm not the biggest fan of vanilla, and all of their scents are vanilla something. And I don't know about some of their more recent or newest ones, but I know that like the vanilla lavender didn't really do it for me. This vanilla blackberry wasn't my favorite scent in the world, but it was okay. This does have a decently strong scent. This is something that you're going to be able to smell on yourself throughout the day. And I thought that this did a decent job of, you know, keeping me fresh and working nicely for me throughout the day. Now, I do want to mention that I don't sweat profusely. I'm kind of in the medium range. You know, I do sweat, but it's not like really bad. So just keep that in mind. That's kind of where I'm at. And I found that this worked well for me. I started kind of seeking something a little more natural, a little more, you know, more organic ingredients in there. So I, you know, left this behind and I no longer use this. Then I purchased this natural deodorant from Vitacost, Natural for Her by Herbal Cowboy in the scent Blossom. Oops, I just broke that. And it smells really nicely. Again, the scent I don't think is made out of essential oils because it just says fragrance. And this does have mineral salts listed as an ingredient. And I contacted the company to ask them if they are aluminum salts, and they did not get back to me, which leads me to believe that probably they are because otherwise why wouldn't they say no? They're fine. So this is something that I kind of overlooked that ingredient on there and I bought, but then did not end up using. I do want to mention it if you do need something with, you know, some maybe aluminum salts in there because just nothing else works for you. I want to mention this. It looks nice. It smells nice. It kind of goes on clear, like a gel kind of consistency. So it seems like it would be a nice one, but it's not quite as pure as I want my deodorant to be. So then I have a few other options. I tried this Rainwater Botanicals deodorant in Jasmine Wind, and this one smells really nice, like jasmine. The scent doesn't necessarily last all that long or is all that strong, but it is really nice, and I love the smell of jasmine. This one, I think it has baking soda in it, I believe, so if you are sensitive to that, which I don't think that I am because I had no trouble using it, but it has arrowroot powder and baking soda and kale and clay, so it's got some oil absorbers, and then it's got neem oil to kill the bacteria that causes the bad, you know, scent, causes us to smell when we're sweaty, and some essential oils. And this is a little bit like thick and sticky and has a little bit of a residue, so I would be completely fine using this in the winter because nobody sees your armpits when I'm wearing long sleeve kind of clothing. But in the summer with a tank top, I just don't want any residue or anything that could get on my tank top. You know, sometimes you can get like stains right where your tank top meets your armpit from your deodorant getting on that. And so this, I actually bought it in the summer, and I'll use it a little bit more now that it's cold out, but this wasn't something that was amazing for me because of like the goopiness of it, I guess, and the fact that you can see it. So then another one that did end up being a big hit in the summer for me is this Nature's Gate deodorant, and this is lavender and aloe, and it just has kind of like a faint smell. I think it smells like soap, but you can smell the lavender in there. It is scented with essential oils as far as I know. It says natural fragrance, so I guess I'm not 100% positive that it is only essential oils, but it's a very faint, kind of mild scent, and it is a gel. It is a clear gel that does not leave any residue. It goes on very nicely. I feel like it does a good job keeping me fresh throughout the day, and I really, really like this, especially for the summer when I just want something completely clear. And I do enjoy this now in the winter as well. However, I do tend to have dry skin just all over my body, and my armpits can get, you know, very sensitive and they get like razor burn easily. So it's nice to have a very moisturizing product, not necessarily for every day, like not when I'm going to the gym, but for, you know, just maintenance of skin to keep my skin soft and moisturized and all of that. I really like this Nourish organic deodorant. It is 100% organic. It says organic fragrance. Again, I don't know if it's essential oils or some kind of like natural fragrance, but it smells really nicely. It smells like fig, which I never knew what that smelled like, but it smells amazing. I think they have a few different scents, but it's really, really nice. And this is like a shea butter kind of consistency, just like a very creamy, moisturizing, oily kind of balm. So not necessarily great in the summer or if, you know, you're going to the gym, but if it's winter and you're wearing a sweater and you're not going to be sweating anyways because it's cold and you just want like a balm for your armpits that also smells nice, then this is actually kind of nice. The only thing is the shea butter or some kind of butter in here tends to crystallize, and like I can feel it right now. It makes like these little, if you've ever experienced it happening with the shea butter or other kinds of oils, it has happened to me before where you get like those little crystals or, you know, harder parts of the oil, and sometimes I get that in my armpit and I can like feel it. You can like brush those away. I mean, it's not a big deal to me because I'm not wearing it with a tank top. It's not going to be noticeable, but that is something that, you know, happens with this. And then the last deodorant I want to mention is this Green Body Natural Deodorant in the scent Athletic. And this actually works really, really well. I think that my favorite, these are my favorite 3 deodorants, but then my favorite 2 would be these. And this one, again, mostly for like moisturizing purposes, not for like use as a deodorant. So it's not really my favorite. If I was choosing like a true deodorant, it would be these 2. I think I like this one a little bit better because I like the gel. I like that it's like a clear gel kind of consistency, whereas this one is like a balm. And it is scented with wintergreen and pine. And I love pine and I love wintergreen. So I thought that it would have this nice kind of woodsy, but yet a little minty kind of smell. And it's really strange. I don't like the smell, to be honest with you. There's not enough pine. And there's like a little sweetness to it. I don't know if maybe I was thinking peppermint and wintergreen as like a sweeter kind of mint. But it really, I guess it smells kind of fresh, but it doesn't smell woodsy, and I wanted woodsy because I love woodsy. But then on the other hand, that would be kind of like a manly smell, so I don't know. But this is actually really, really nice. I have worn this to the gym. I feel like it keeps me fresh. It actually keeps me like somewhat dry. I think it is pretty absorbent. It does have sodium bicarbonate, which is baking soda, and then it has some cornstarch, which is GMO free for the absorbing kind of qualities. This has baking soda in it also, but it has a few more of kind of not necessarily dangerous ingredients, but just longer words, you know, like propandiol or however you say that. You know, things that you might be like, what is that? You know, I need to go look that up. This is more like, you know, oil, blah, 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 and just basic things. This is a little bit more, you know, advanced in terms of like man-made materials. But it's still very safe and natural. Like I looked the ingredients up and I felt very comfortable with them. So I would recommend to you either, you know, this one if you want for something, you know, maybe a smaller kind of more indie brand, you want to support a smaller company, more of like a handmade kind of item versus something that you pick up in a store. On the other hand, if you want something that you can easily pick up in a store, like a Whole Foods or natural type store, then this will be more readily accessible. If you want something that's more of like a balm versus a clear gel product, you know, I will let you decide on what you prefer, but for me, I really like them both and I use them both. So that's it. That concludes my deodorant overview review video. And I hope this was helpful to you in case you are trying to navigate the world of natural deodorants and are a little lost. So another thing that I do want to quickly mention, if you do have a problem with sweating a lot and you really want something to control moisture, what you can try doing is finding a natural powder, like a natural baby powder, and layering that on top of one of these deodorants. It'll probably work better with, like, this is a little bit more sticky because it's a little thicker versus the clear gel. This dries to almost like a dry finish. So it would probably work better with this. You can kind of layer it on top and it would stick to it, and then it'd be able to absorb more sweat if you're, you know, looking to control that. But yeah, hopefully you are able to find something that you love that allows you to use a more natural, safe deodorant and give up the antiperspirant with all those chemicals in it. So hopefully this helps, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.